Hi everyone, this is my EDF 204 website and app presentation. But before I tell you all about my website and app, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself first. So this is me. My name is Madison Wagers and I'm an elementary education major. And when I think about my ideal teaching situation, it would definitely be teaching a kindergarten class because I just really enjoy working with children that age. And also, I just feel like kindergarten teachers have such a huge influence on children's views of education, which all teachers do, but I just feel like kindergarten teachers especially because where they are those students' first teacher. So however they choose to present information, such as they really need to make it fun and just really motivate them as they move along, I just feel like this can really stick with students and just really influence them as they continue through their education journey. So I just want to make sure that I really encourage my students beyond measure in everything they do, and that I just really make learning truly fun and exciting for them rather than it seeming like a chore. So I just really want to instill a love of learning in my students. So hopefully that it carries with them as they move along through the various grades that they go through. So therefore, my classroom will be very uplifting and a positive place for my students where they can feel so very special because each one of them are and they deserve to feel that way and they deserve to feel like they are heard because they are. So I am from Manchester, Kentucky, so ideally I would love to teach kindergarten in one of the local schools here. For example, Paces Creek Elementary because that is actually where I attended elementary school. So it just really holds a special place in my heart, and I would love to be able to give back to them what they gave me. So the website I'm going to be telling you all about today is Mr. Nussbaum. And when you get on the Mr. Nussbaum website, you will actually see this home screen right here. And you can see that it is very colorful, so it is really tailored to grab young students' attention. And the different subjects is actually written on these little hot air balloons, which I find it very fun, and I believe students will too. And the different subjects included are math, language arts, history, USA, geography, science, people, and holidays. So there is really an abundant amount of subjects on this website, which I really enjoy because there's all sorts of information in one place. And when you do click on one of these hot air balloons, it will take you to a screen that looks something like this, where there's all kinds of different topics. And then when you click on a specific topic, it will take you to a page where you can see all kinds of games, online activities, and printable activities. And you can even filter that. So if you just wanted to see games, you could just see games. And you can even filter it by grade, which is very useful for teachers so they can find the content for their specific grade that they teach. And Mr. Nussbaum does a great job at combining learning and fun because there's all sorts of games that students can play. And when I was browsing around on the website myself, I found one that I would really enjoy doing with my future students, and it is called Shapes. It is shown right here. And in this game, you can definitely tell that it's aimed at younger students because it is sort of like hidden pictures, except instead of hidden objects, they are looking for shapes. So when you actually get into the game, the computer will read off the shape the students must find, and then the students must find that shape and click on it. So if the computer read off a star, the students would just click on the star right here. And there are two levels to this game. Here is level 1 and here is level 2. And level 2 is a bit more difficult for students, which I really find very beneficial because they are really able to put their skills to the test. So if this one was too easy for them, they can really test their skills on this one. Mr. Nussbaum has many online activities as well that teachers can do with their students or that students can even do on their own at home. For example, one that I really enjoyed was one called Capitalizing Proper Names. I put it in right here for you all to see. And there are 10 questions with this activity. One of them might be Gabriel and William played together peacefully, and then the students have to check which one they believe needs to be capitalized, which words they think should be capitalized. So in this case, it would be Gabriel and William. Now here is an example of what it looks like actually in the activity. Did Ariana remember to tell Sabrina? And then the students would check which one they think is right. So in this case it would be did because it's at the beginning of the sentence. And then Sabrina and Ariana because that is the girls' names. Mr. Nussbaum has many printable activities as well that teachers can print off and then hand out to their students and do it in their own classroom. So here is one that I really enjoyed. It's called Mars Close Reading for grades 1 through 3. It is a paragraph about Mars, and then students choose from this word bank what words need to be in these blanks up here. So not only is it teaching them about Mars, but also about word placement, which I find it very beneficial that they combine those two. And then also there is a Mars printable word search that I think would be really fun to do with the Mars Close Reading page, because it's something really fun that students can do, so it would just really make the overall lesson very fun for them to do. And Mr. Nussbaum does an outstanding job at supporting students' use of tech as well, because when I was looking more in depth at the games and activities, I feel very confident that students would be able to navigate their way around the website and try out the different games. Because although younger students might not be able to recognize some of the words in the description of the game, which is shown over here, there are many pictures that Mr. Nussbaum provided that really show what the game's about and then what the student must do. So I feel like it would be okay that the reading level and vocabulary is a little bit difficult, because there are many pictures that guide students as they move along the website. And also, I believe this website would be very great for gifted students as well, because the games are very customizable, so they can really make it as advanced as they want to. For example, in this one, there is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division that students can choose from. There is an option to include negative numbers or just positive numbers, and even you can include, choose what numbers you want to include in the problems. So I think this is very beneficial, because gifted students can learn right along with their classmates, but really make it as challenging as they want to. And I think it would be very beneficial for students with learning disabilities as well, because they can make it more simpler. Like they could just choose addition, and then once they mastered that, they could make it more difficult. And this website is great for English language learners too, because for most of the games and activities, it just involves them clicking an answer, so they aren't actually having to write anything out, which I believe will relieve a lot of stress in those students, because writing out English for them would be a lot more difficult than actually speaking English. And with this website, they just click on the answer. The app I'm going to be telling you all about today is called News-O-Matic, and News-O-Matic is an amazing app for students to hear all about the news occurring in the world, and they can read all kinds of articles that really just are designed for them so they can really understand it, and it really intrigues them. And students can even choose what grade level the article they read is. There is a K to 2nd grade option, 3rd to 4th grade, and 5th grade and up. And this is very beneficial, because each grade level needs the information provided in a different way, so they can really understand it and it really intrigues them. And this app does an amazing job at providing articles for each grade level. And when reading an article or story, you can actually choose to explore in this little 3D world, which this gives a better sense to the students how far away that article or story topic occurred from them, and it really lets them see how big the world truly is. And then students can even visit the newsroom to discuss with other children what they thought about an article. This really allows them to connect with one another and share their ideas about a particular topic, and I just really enjoyed this idea, because students are able to discuss what they learned. And students can even play games on the app, such as different puzzles or a word guessing game, so it's super fun for students. And when on the News-O-Matic app, as I mentioned earlier, it's all about articles. And here are some articles from the past few days that students could read. And here's what the articles look like when you actually click on them. There are many icons provided, and they are shown down here as well, the different icons students can click on. And the different icons include fact, slideshow, video, language, read to me, citations, ask Russ, draw, questions, rate, highlight, save, print, and author. So there's all sorts of things that students can do within one article, which I think is very neat. The fact icon allows students to earn an extra fun fact about the topic they are reading about. The slideshow icon allows students to look at more pictures about their topic. The video icon allows students to watch a video related to the topic they are reading about. language icon allows students to choose what language the article is in, so it is very fantastic for English language learners because they could change the article to their first language. The Read to Me icon allows students to be able to listen to the story, so if a student struggles a little more in reading, this would be a great option for them. The Citation icon allows students to see the article's information. The Ask Russ icon allows students to write to Russ, which is News-O-Matic's editor-in-chief. I really enjoyed this idea because I think it would really put a smile on their face if Russ did reply back to them. The Draw icon allows for students to draw their very own picture. Now this is very similar to the Ask Russ icon because their picture could very possibly be shown on the newsroom page, which I think would just really make their day. The Questions icon allows for students to answer questions about the article to see how much they really learned and just really put their knowledge to the test. The Rate icon allows students to rate the article so they can share how much they enjoyed it. The Highlight icon allows students to highlight parts of the text so they can easily look back at that information if they need to. The Save icon allows students to save the article so they can easily return to it if they want. So if they wanted to look at it the next day, it's right there in their save so they can really just easily refer back to it. The Print icon allows them to print the article. Now this would be very beneficial for teachers because teachers could just print out the article and hand it out to their students, and they could do a really fun activity with it in class. The Author icon allows students to read about the author of the article that they are reading. Now not only is News-O-Matic great for students, but it is great for teachers as well. Now, News-O-Matic is truly outstanding for teachers because it allows teachers to share with their students what is occurring in the world right now in a way that they can understand. Now, it is important that students are aware of things such as the coronavirus, and this app does it in a safe way where young students won't be scared or alarmed. Now, this kind of information can be heavy on students, but I just really enjoy how this app presents that information to them. The News-O-Matic also provides teachers with an amazing resource called the Teacher's Guide, which is given for each edition. This guide provides teachers with printable worksheets that include key vocabulary terms, comprehension questions, reading levels, discussion prompts, and to-do activities as well. Another major plus with News-O-Matic is that every article provided is aligned with state standards like the Common Core State Standards and TEKS. News-O-Matic is used in ELA, science, social studies, and SEL curricula all over the country, so it is very well known. News-O-Matic lets teachers look at a dashboard where they can find things such as their students' reading progress and students' quizzes so they can see how well they comprehended the article, which I believe is very beneficial. And also teachers can change their students' reading level if they feel like they need something more advanced. So they could change it if they was reading K through 2, they could change it to 3 to 4. News-O-Matic does an amazing job at supporting students' use of tech as well because it is very easy for them to navigate, and there are very fun animations and bright colors that will really grab the students' attention. And this app is outstanding for those students who are at grade level, those students with exceptionalities, and those who are gifted because you can choose what grade level you want your article to be. Therefore, for those students who seem to exceed, they can up their grade level for more of a challenge, while for those students who seem to struggle a little more, they could lower their grade level if they need to. This way, they can read the article more fluently and understand it better instead of remaining confused with the higher grade level. So this app is very customizable, so it is great for all students and their specific needs. This app does an exceptional job at ensuring it meets the needs of struggling readers. For example, there is a read aloud option, which I mentioned earlier, that students can click that results in the article being read to them, which I believe is very beneficial because they're able to easily listen to the story rather than not being able to understand everything because they couldn't make out all the words. This can be very helpful for younger readers as well. This app does a great job of meeting the needs of English language learners too. There's an icon for language, which is shown right here, and students can change it to their first language for a more fluent read if needed. The languages include Spanish, French, and Arabic, so they can easily just read the article in those languages. And not only can they read the article, students can listen to it in these languages as well by translators, which is very beneficial for them. And here is the sources I used if you want to look at more information. And thank you so much for watching.